In startup success, an extraordinary couple whose prior Army service helped them transition to civilian life as successful entrepreneurs. Gabe and Lindsey Chrismon are here. Lindsey, tell us about your inspiring journey.
Yeah, definitely. First off, thank you so much for having us on the show today. What an incredible experience. When I was 11 years old, actually, I decided I want to go to West Point. And when it came time to apply for colleges, West Point was actually my only application. So I threw all my eggs into one basket. When I was a senior at West Point, I was actually the fourth woman in West Point history to be appointed as the first captain, which means that I was ranked #1 out of 4,400 cadets at the academy. And then after I graduated, I went on to serve for nearly 10 years in the Army as an aviation officer. I had the privilege of flying the Apache helicopter for about 3 of those years, before being selected as the first female in U.S. Army history to pilot the AH-6 Little Bird for special operations, which was truly an absolutely life-changing experience. And currently now I'm in my second year at Harvard Business School and pursuing my MBA and co-founding MyHome with Gabe.
You two met at West Point. Gabe, what was the inspiration behind MyHome?
I applied to West Point, got in, graduated from there in 2014. I was an infantry officer. I did a deployment to Afghanistan, and I got out in 2020. And it was when I got out in 2020 that I immediately joined the home services industry. So it's what my dad did. It's what I was familiar with. And around the same time, Lindsey and I became first-time homeowners. We had something go wrong in the house, and it was my job to fix it, and I didn't know how to fix it. So I turned to Google. I started searching for companies. I had called 4 or 5 different companies. It took 2 or 3 weeks to get on the schedule, to get it fixed. I had multiple quotes. It was just a really elongated process. So both of those experiences is what led us to create MyHome. So with MyHome, the homeowner only has to take a picture of the problem in the house. It sends that picture to all of the vetted professionals inside the app. They receive virtual quotes. They then choose the provider they want, schedule and pay all in one location. So we took that 3-week long process and really turned it into a couple minutes process. So it streamlined the way homeowners can maintain their home.
Lindsey, how did your time and training in the Army shape your careers as entrepreneurs?
Serving in the Army taught both Gabe and I skills that have been absolutely invaluable when it comes to founding a company as well as being entrepreneurs. First, I think it's the ability to identify and mitigate risk. That's essential for both, in mission as well as in business. And then when stakes are high and information is limited, you learn to make very complex decisions under insurmountable amounts of stress, which mirrors the challenges that Gabe and I face every day as founders. And one other thing too, the values that we instill at MyHome, be a good person, figure it out, and buy a pair of cleats. These values have been inspired by some of the greatest leaders that we've been able to work with in the Army. And we believe that embodying these principles really drives a positive impact on both people as well as our mission at MyHome.
What would you tell a young person considering Army service?
Yeah, so what I would tell a young person is super simple and it's very easy. I'll just keep it in one sentence. It's even short-term service brings long-term benefits. So it might not be what you do in the Army. It's the benefits that you see long time after. As far as more information, if anybody wants more information on the Army, they can go to goarmy.com and that'll have everything they need there. As far as MyHome, we're really excited to announce that we've partnered with a nonprofit called Creative Vets. Creative Vets, they offer creative outlets to individuals suffering with PTSD, things like music and art, etc. We're donating $1 for every app download across the country for Veterans Day. So if you're hearing this, seeing this, wherever you're at, you can go to the App Store. You can search MyHome Experts, download the app, and we donate $1 for that download, every download across the country, in order to support and honor veterans for Veterans Day.
Thank you both for inspiring us today.
Great. Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you.
Go to businessfirstam.com for where to see our show on TV.